What is up, my friends? Welcome back to another video, and today we are rounding out the woodwind section. We're talking about the bassoon and the contrabassoon. These are the fourth and final elements of the woodwind section, and so I wanted to dedicate a video to these because I really enjoy using these sometimes in my mockups as well. And before we really get into it and talk about the overview of the instrument, let's give you the clear orchestral sound guide. It goes over 10 steps that really can take your mockup to the next level. Includes things like volume, orchestration, timbre, like things that are really fundamental concepts to understand about the orchestra in order to make your music actually sound realistic using virtual instruments. So hopefully that gives you a sense of what to look for. It's a totally free guide, so if you want to click the first link in the description box below, it'll take you straight there, and it's my gift to you for watching this video. So let's kind of dive into these instruments and see what they're all about. So they kind of started out in pairs of three, with the contrabassoon, and then there were more in the 20th century. So the 20th century really saw an addition of so many instruments, these included. I kind of see the bassoon as the base of the woodwind family in a way. Even though it can go super high, the lower registers really fill it out really beautifully. So there's a very warm and mellow sound. It's very excellent for legato and staccato passages, equally I would say. And it's also quite agile as well, so it could perform runs and stuff. And it also supports and provides body to the cello and basses as a doubling agent, which is really nice. It could perform counter melodies, staccato, doubling, all that stuff. And in contrast, the contrabassoon is even lower. It's the lowest woodwind of the entire orchestra. It has a very rich and characteristic sound in the bottom octave and a half, very resonant there and very protruding, if you will. It's less agile than the other woodwinds, I would say, and slightly more difficult to play staccato due to the size. If you see a contrabassoon, it really stays on the ground, but it goes all the way up to the performer's head, so it's quite a bulky instrument. But yeah, it has a very specialized purpose. So it provides the bass foundation in the woodwinds, it doubles the cello and basses as well, and occasionally you have solo contrabassoon lines as well, which is beautiful. Let's talk about some pros and cons. So first of all, it rounds out the woodwind family in a very rich way, filling out the low end, because the other instruments can go lower. Like, let's say, the clarinet can go kind of low, but the bassoon and contrabassoon definitely take the cake on that regard. It features a very gorgeous upper range still, very melodic and expressive when using vibrato, of course. I'm mainly talking about the bassoon here. The contrabassoon is, I would really only use it for the foundational bass note purposes. And like the other woodwinds, it's relatively agile and can perform difficult passages like runs and glisses and stuff. The contrabassoon presents a nice alternative to the tuba and double basses. Again, it's very low. Instead of a warmer, airy sound, and the double basses have a more of a bowy string sound, contrabassoon has that almost sound there as well when it's playing a little louder. I can't really think of cons because they have a very specialized purpose. They do their job beautifully, and you can't fault that. So what are my favorite ways to use the bassoon? As a lead melody on its own for a warm and mellow sound, to layer with French horn or cello. Honestly, I love layering instruments that don't stand out that much in the mix. I like to use them to enhance other textures, other instruments, to thicken everything up a bit more. So it really rounds out the texture there. I also like using them as a counter melody for string arrangements when holding longer notes. If the strings are in the forefront, then the bassoon can kind of perform counter melodies in between to, keep our ears interested, if you will. So that's a very common use for me. And finally, I like to use them to perform runs and scales with other woodwinds when needed. Usually the flute, piccolo, clarinet, and oboe will do a wonderful job up there. But if I needed like an octave below, for the run or something, then I'll obviously use that there as well. And for the contrabassoon, again, like I said, I like to use it for the bass functions, usually just sustaining longer notes. And of course, you want to give them breaths every few bars as well so they can survive. So anyway, I hope that gives you a sense of the bassoon and contrabassoon. Thank you so much for watching. That is the woodwind section. And again, before you go, I want to give you my 10 steps to a clear orchestral sound, which will take you through the very necessary elements you need to know about the orchestra to really make your mockup sound great. It's totally free. Again, if you want to click the box below to download it, it'll take you straight there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another video, and hope you enjoyed then. So thanks a lot. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.